another idea. Like, I mean, I had another another podcast name idea, and yeah, it was called. I had the intention of naming it Waste Youth Ministry, which I still think is jokes. Steve and Maria know, because and in a way, like I think we were all at some point in our lives waste youths, useless youths is one definition. I'm sure Urban Dictionary has so many other definitions, but the reason I didn't stick with that is because I just thought maybe it's a little too raw, and like the term people might not understand, and then if they do understand it, there could be a misinterpretation.
Yeah.
I just didn't want anyone to take offense, right?
Yeah.
But definitely would have been jokes. Wasted Ministry. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What does Keystone mean to you, AJ?
So for me, Keystone, well, I put here, it's the center of not only our lives, but everything we do, and the center of our relationships. The Keystone seeks the balance between unity and individuality. Different parts, but one body, with one heart and mind, which is in Christ. And so even just talking about like our friendship and like our different ways that we've grown and converged, like it's truly like Christ-centered. When I think of like most of my profound relationships, they're often not ones that I would normally have chosen for myself.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like if I was still a waste youth, I don't think we would be friends.
True.
I'd still be hanging out with my old high school friends, doing the old waste youth things, going to parties, living for myself. But really, it's when I, had my conversion that I was like, I don't want to be a waste youth no more. I want to be a youth for Christ.
Yeah.
Ooh, and that's why it's from the community. Yeah. So, and it's really there that like I started meeting authentic people. And ever since then, I just wanted to continue to follow Christ. And then I have so many Christ-centered friendships that are the most beautiful. And they're often people that I would have normally not have met without following Christ. Yeah. And so you and I just happened to be at the same place, same time, and one of our common friends invited us to hang out at his basement. Yeah. Shout out to Andre. He was there when it first happened. And honestly, Ken, I want to honor you for your openness and vulnerability, because for those that don't know, how Ken and I really became friends is that I was like looking for people to go to this Catholic conference called SLS, which is in the States. It's run by Focus, and it was in Chicago, and there were so many like people there, and I saw the speakers like Father Michael Schmitz, like Bishop Barron, and I was like Edward Street, like Jason Everett. I was like, man, like I need to see if anyone else wants to go, and then I threw it out there. I was like, yo, Ken, do you want to go? And he was like,
actually, so I was like, yo, AJ, I'm actually going to rise up.
Oh yeah,
I'm actually going to rise up, man. Want to come through? And you're like, I'm actually going to SLS. Do you know what it is? I'm like, nah. Tell me about it.
Yeah.
And then I quickly researched. I quickly checked out the speakers list, and I saw those heavy hitters, man. Like those Catholic celebrities, and I'm like, man, definitely want to go listen to what Father Mike has to say, what Bishop Barron has to say, what Jason has to say, First Name basis. And it was, I was like, I think I'm going to do it. And like the next day I'm like, all right, bro, got the ticket. OSAP just came through.
Yeah. And what was funny is that like we drove there, and man, was it cold.
Wow.
We were in a Jeep.
Jeeps,
not insulated.
not insulated well, and people in the back seat were definitely freezing the entire ride. And I think Google told us it was going to be like a 9 or 10 hour drive.
Yeah,
it definitely ended up being like a 12-hour thing.
Yeah, because they're an hour behind. So when GPS is counting it, they're like, you'll arrive at 10 at that time.
True.
And so for us, we're like, what? How did we increase by 2 hours?
Yeah. And I think there was also like a snowstorm, like a mild snowstorm that we drove through, which would have been scary in maybe another car. But good thing we had the Jeep, right?
Yeah.
Good thing we had the Jeep for that one.
Yeah, praise God.
Yeah, SLS was good, man.
Yeah, what was the best thing?
Man, just just being bombarded with the Spirit every day, dude. Starting my day off with Mass, starting our days with Mass, and then going into our breakout sessions and the talks, man, and just being exposed, like being in His presence, for like 6 days, 6 days straight, right? And for me, like I'm very new to our faith. You know, I was cradle Catholic, air quotes. But never, you know, didn't fully subscribe until recently, actually. And I think my full on yes to Jesus actually came about a year ago. Yeah, right? About a year ago, actually, last year, October. And yeah, so at that time, it was still, you know, I had the fire. I mean, I think I still have the fire for Christ.
No, I do. I believe it. I see it.
But yeah, back then I was like, oh man, gotta get more Jesus. What can I do?
Yeah.
Right now, like this faith is mine. I can, like, I have to go seek God, right? I can't be passive, right? Yeah.
I've journeyed with you the past year alone. I've thrown you so much curveballs and like stepping out of like your comfort zone, and you're like, yeah, yo, I'll do that. I'll do that with you.
Yeah,
sure.
It's like, yeah, why not?
I'm like, yeah. I can always count on you when it comes to trying new things when it comes to the faith.
No, definitely, man. Definitely.
Yeah.
And I think, with SLS, it was just so much presence and encountering Jesus and encountering Christ, right? That was my favorite thing, dude. What about you?
Do you remember who you received the Eucharist from?
Yes, I do. First day, man. First day. Father Mike Schmitz.
And, I know.
You know, firstly, like, yes, that's Jesus. I received Jesus. Heck yeah.
Oh, man.
But yeah, second, it was Father Mike. And Father, like, to me, it was a special moment just because, like, Father Mike was definitely one of the people that helped me with my conversion, right? With my journey, because as I was getting into this, you know, started doing a lot of YouTube research, and found those videos. And I'm like, man, Father Mike, dude definitely figured it out.
Yeah.
And is spreading the word. And I'm like, I definitely subscribed, and he helped me with that.
Yeah, I think that was a tremendous gift. And even for me, like, you know, I love Jesus, and I desire to want to continue to love him. Yeah. And obviously I fall short in many ways, right? And just to be humble enough to admit, you know, our own weaknesses and our brokenness, but like, yeah, I'd admit I had a weakness and a weakness at that moment when I was receiving the Eucharist from Father Michael Schmitz, because I was like, Jesus, I know it's you, but yo, it's Father Michael Schmitz, and I don't know what to do. Yeah, but obviously, you know, you gotta keep composed when receiving, you know, our Lord and Savior.
He definitely has like these piercing eyes, eh?
And he's also not that tall.
And he's not that tall.
Yeah. Surprisingly,
from all the video and stuff, I'm like, this guy, you know, he's got these broad shoulders. Definitely has to be this like 6 foot, 7 foot. Yeah.
7 foot?
Yeah, who knows, man?
Yo, what? Oh man, that's a giant, bro.
Yeah.
But for me, what was best about that conference was the same thing as you. Similarly, like the sacraments, just the presence, and just seeing how, like, I've been to a couple of different like Catholic conferences, and I've experienced the wider church.
Yeah.
But what was very beautiful for me at that conference was journeying with you, Nathan, and Johan. So, you know, to go with fellow brothers, because other than us four, we really didn't know anyone else going into SLS. Right. And so we only really had each other. Yeah. And so to be able to support each other and to grow in our faith in that way, I think was very beautiful. And so, like, I'm still good friends with all of them. Yeah. You know, with you, with Nathan and Johan, and all still growing, all still desiring Jesus and desiring to grow in virtue.
Still seeking his face, which is great, man.
So, yeah.
Yeah, would recommend to those listening, definitely try to get out to either Seek, which is the alternate SLS. Yeah, Seek is in Indianapolis this January, and Rise Up, Canada's version of Seek is towards the end of December. Yeah, so would recommend that if you've never been, try to go. Yeah. Try to go. Take a friend, or don't go by yourself. You will meet people, I'm sure.
Well, God will introduce you to whoever he wants you to journey with, as long as you're open. Yeah. I mean, don't like hide in the bathroom or anything. You know. Yeah. Actually, fun story. When I was doing Totus Tuus, one of my friendships started in the bathroom.
Oh, that's Okay.
Like we just kept running into each other in the washroom.
Okay.
And then suddenly I was just like, "Hey man, what's up?" He's like, "Hey man, what's up?"
You again.
Yeah. We always
Yeah.
just see each other in the restroom. And then I'm still friends with him now.
Mad.
So, even the washroom
was he a kid or was he
No, he's
like
he's a seminarian right now.
Oh man.
Yeah,
cool.
so he's studying with the St. Augustine's.
Sweet.
And I think he's in spiritual year.
Sweet.
Yeah. So.
Sweet. Yeah.
If you're listening to this, you know who you are. So.
Yeah, another thing that SLS was great for was like the journey to and from, right? Like the sharing that went on in the car, and like the level of vulnerability that that slowly worked its way up between strangers, right? Because I just knew you, and even then I'd known you. I'd had probably like 10 conversations max. And then with Nathan and Johan. Didn't know who those, super fresh, right? But
what was great is that before we went to SLS,
right on.
We went to the church beside near me, St. Margaret de Ville, and we went to go to mass there.
Yeah,
and there was adoration.
Yeah, mass and adoration, and that was like we were opening our new year with that. That was like the 31st of December. Which I thought was pretty special.
Yo, that was so beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I do remember now, man.
Yeah,
I think I want to make that a yearly thing.
Yo, same here, and we're gonna make it a yearly thing this year because we're going to Rise Up, right?
Yeah,
but do they have it?
They do. They do have an adoration chapel that's open. I think like for I don't know how long.
Oh, do they not bring in the New Year with Jesus?
No, I think they have. From my experience, I've been to Rise Up once, and it was in Montreal.
Okay.
So they brought in the New Year with praise and worship. So the band was playing in the main hall. And they were playing praise and worship music. Everyone was having fun. But for me, I actually snuck out of that and actually went to the adoration chapel.
Okay.
To bring in the new year.
Yeah.
And actually there was only maybe 15 to 20 other people there.
Yeah.
So it's really something that, and it's kind of humbling that the Lord kind of hides himself from the noise.
Yeah.
And asks you, like, if you do desire me, not that saying that you don't when you do praise and worship, but like, I'm not found in the extravagant things, but I'm found in the silence.
Yeah.
So the fact that he was in this room, where the adoration chapel is, and if you so want to choose to bring in the new year with him, you choose to.
You could, yeah.
And so that's what I did my first time going to Rise Up. And so if they do that again, and I'll probably sneak into the adoration chapel, like maybe 30 minutes before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was one thing I really, really liked. I'm like, wow, like, and this is the year that I chose my faith, and then like really chose my faith just by being there with you guys and with Jesus on the 31st. Normally I would probably not be at parties, probably sleeping or something, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, being there, that was super special. And as a kid, my parents would every year they'd want to do like, a family holy hour. To end the year.
Really?
Yeah.
Your family used to do that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we still do that. Not all together because my brother's out somewhere, my sister's out somewhere, I'm out somewhere.
That's so cool.
But I remember as a kid I was like, do I have to? Like, this is okay, but do I have to, right? But yeah, now looking at my life where I'm like, yo, def want to do that. It's just telling, that the graces that I received then are showing up now, right? Definitely like crazy how that worked out.
Yeah. And the year's not even over,
right, man?
We still got like 2.5 months, to go.
Yeah.
So, like, a lot has happened this past year alone.
Yeah, I can't tell you. Yeah, it's a lot for both of us.
Yeah,
and
man.
Maybe as this podcast goes and grows, we'll share some of that with you guys. Yeah. So I think this is going to. I think we'll get into our intermission now. And one of the things we wanted to just do is feature some Catholic artists, like some music. Maybe a couple songs. Yeah.
Yeah.
AJ, so you just
I was just listening to a song. Yo, who is that from?
All right, that is Shane and Shane. So I will.
They're not Catholic though, are they?
Right. You know what? You're right, man. Okay, I make a correction.
That's okay. We will highlight our Christian brothers and sisters.
We're all children of God, right?
We are. And honestly, some of our Christian brothers and sisters, they make some really good music.
No, definitely. Definitely, man. Let me cue that up. All right, we will catch you guys after the break.